There has been a game that has taken me over a decade to finish. Not because it's super long, but because I really didn't jive with it. And that game is Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Now, I want to tell you that I finally beat FNAF 1. Finally, I did it. I finally beat the game. Now, I want to quickly just talk about it because I am going to be putting my playthrough up on the DLC channel, hopefully in the next few days, depending on how many videos I edit today. But I have never been able to finish that game. And the main reason is because of the mechanics of it. Now, I played FNAF pretty soon after it first came out, and I just didn't really click with it. And it's one of my biggest sort of like life regrets that I didn't stick with it, because obviously Five Nights at Freddy's is a massive series, and the lore and the theories, and I missed out on such a whole, you know, again, almost 10 years of lore, creepy lore content. And I've always been like aware of FNAF. Like I've watched a few MatPat videos here or there, you know, like I've watched the movie. I've played the newer games like Security Breach and Secret of the Mimic, which Secret of the Mimic, one of my games of the year. I really liked it, but I never really got fully invested into Five Nights at Freddy's because I just never finished those first few games. And the reason why I never finished those first few games was because I just don't really like the sit and survive mechanics of it. And if you know me, you know that I am a person who really, really likes lore. I like exploring. I like finding things. I like, you know, being chased by enemies. I like going and looking for little hidden details here and there. And being sat in one spot, it kind of irritates me. I get kind of bored, right? Like, I mean, listen, this isn't like an ADHD thing. It's just like I want to be doing things. And for that reason, I never managed to finish Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And because I never finished Five Nights at Freddy's 1, I never played 2, 3, 4, however many of the other games that there are. But now that I've actually finished Five Nights at Freddy's 1, and I want to make this clear, I still didn't like the mechanics of FNAF. You'll see, if you watch my playthrough, you'll see I get a little bit irritable at parts in that game. I'm not a fan of RNG. And there is a level of RNG. Now, there is obviously strategy to FNAF, and I was learning the strategies. I actually had to go and like look up how to deal with Freddy because I didn't understand what Freddy was doing. I had no idea that Freddy moved when you weren't looking at him. I had no idea that the laugh, for an example, meant he was moving into the next room. And I had no idea that once he was in the room next to you, you were just kind of goosed. So I had to go and look that up. Once I had that information, once I had that knowledge, I did enjoy the game a lot more than I thought I was going to, even though I still didn't really like the mechanics of it. I'm really in two minds because on the one hand, I really liked the camera system, and I really liked the, you know, like if you take your eyes off of Chica for 2 seconds, you've lost her and you don't know where she's gone. And it's like, oh, panic. Oh God, where is he? I really liked that, but I just wasn't a fan of, like, for it. I'll give you an example, right? Bonnie would attack me quite regularly. I would lock Bonnie out, but Bonnie would sit outside that door for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, Bonnie, you gotta go away because you are draining all my battery. And then other times Bonnie would only be there for like 10 seconds. And like that level of RNG, because obviously with FNAF, you know, if you run out of power, you're dead, right? I wasn't really a big fan of that RNG. It feels so frustrating to have played really well and then still lose because I guess Bonnie wants to sit there for 2 minutes, right? So I don't know. I didn't like a lot of the mechanics of the game, but I also really enjoyed them. And it's a weird feeling. It's weird to sort of be very frustrated by a game and wish it was different, but also really kind of enjoy it. So now I'm very excited to go and play Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3 and so on. I'm going to play every single one. The main point I want to make in this video is I am going to play through every single Five Nights at Freddy's game. I might even replay Security Breach as well, because I actually didn't play the DLC for Security Breach. I haven't played that yet, so I can't play any of the VR ones because I just don't have VR. I don't have the room for it, but I'm going to play everyone that doesn't require VR. And I'm kind of sad. I felt this when I played Secret of the Mimic. I felt kind of sad that I missed out on that whole wave. And this is one of the reasons why I am such a huge fan of Poppy Playtime, is because I was there from day one. Like this is like a brag, right? This is not a brag, but I was there for Poppy Playtime before it blew up, before it became massively popular. And I know it became massively popular from chapter 1. But there was that couple of weeks where it wasn't huge. Like it hadn't blown up yet. And I was there theorizing from day one. And so I feel very, very invested in Poppy. And even for, say chapter 4 of Poppy Playtime. Chapter 4 has a mixed reception. Some people don't really like it. A lot of people say it's the worst chapter of the game, which I disagree with. But, I still really like chapter 4. I love the story of that game and I feel very invested. But with Five Nights at Freddy's, I almost feel like I've missed it. Please tell me if you think differently in the comments, because I would love to hear that I'm wrong. But it almost feels like FNAF's had its heyday. It feels like FNAF had its huge, peak of hype, and it had its golden era. And now FNAF isn't almost as popular. Like I hear a lot of discourse about Secret of the Mimic, which again, Secret of the Mimic is one of like my top games this year. I really liked it, but a lot of people are like, it's not right. It's not real FNAF. It's not, a lot of people don't like it. So I feel like I missed the wave almost. Like I feel like I'm a bit too late to Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, I know people ask me sometimes to make theories about FNAF. I mean, maybe I, with a fresh pair of eyes on the series, maybe, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's been so many years worth of theorizing and years worth of books and other things. I don't even know if I'd be able to, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I've always been aware of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I've always felt like it hasn't been my fandom, if that makes sense. And I feel kind of sad about it. But also, I'm happy that I finally did beat my nemesis. I beat FNAF 1, and now I can finally go and play the other games. Now, I will say, this is exactly how I feel about Resident Evil. I like the old Resident Evils with the old fixed cameras, with the tank controls, with the ink ribbon saves. I like the old Final Fantasy games with the turn-based combat. And there's a big part of me that desperately wants Resident Evil to go back to, that old style of Resident Evil game. And there's a massive part of me that wants Final Fantasy to go back to its old turn-based systems, which Claire Obscure Expedition 33 just won a million Game of the Year awards. So, hey, Square Enix, maybe you should look into that turn-based thing, just saying. But I also understand that games like Resident Evil are never going to go back to true survival horror because, let's just face it, action horror sells way more copies and they want more money. And I think this is possibly true with Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, maybe they're not going to go back to that sit and survive style because I'm sure Secret of the Mimic probably made them more money. I mean, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But I really do. I sympathize. I sympathize with those people, even though I don't love it, even though I don't love the sit and survive. I sympathize with the people that do, because I'm exactly the same way about so many other games. And so, yeah, I don't know if they make a new sit and survive, like an official one, because I know there's a lot of fan games and stuff. But if they make an official sit and survive Five Nights at Freddy's game, I would play it. I would play it. Even though I probably, I'd still be grumpy about it. I would play it. And I kind of hope that they do. It's weird. It's weird. I'm in a weird mood. But I beat Five Nights at Freddy's 1. This is a game genuinely that I have never been able to beat because I always get stuck at like night 4 or 5. And then I get frustrated and then I quit. But this time I stuck with it. It didn't take me that long. It took me like 2.5 hours, I think, to beat the game. I ain't doing night 6. Night 6, I don't need to. I Googled it and it said there was no new lore. So I'm not doing it. I'm not doing night 6. I don't give a shit. Maybe one day. I doubt it though. But yeah, no, I did. I'm so happy that I finished it and I'm excited to play through the other games and probably won't get them out before Christmas, probably, but I'll get them out in the new year before Resident Evil and Reanimal and all these other games come out. I finally did it and I'm happy about it. And I'm sad that I missed out on this whole era, this 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. Foxy's the worst. Foxy can get a bin. By the way, if you're like, why are you doing like 3 different videos wearing the same hoodie? I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick. I have family members that are sick and I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick. So I'm trying to record as many videos now so that I have stuff to edit in case I am sick. So you're getting the same hoodie. Oh, by the way, hang on. Wait. Speaking of hoodies, wait. A few of you mentioned the hoodie in my previous video. This is my Frambo hoodie. You can't buy it anymore, so sorry. But how cool is that? And yes, I will be wearing it in a bunch of my videos because how cool is that? I love this hoodie so much. This is so cool. I'm so excited for the new Frambo game as well. Sorry, Frambo. Yeah, Frambo. Yeah. I'm excited for the new Frambo game, but this hoodie is it's just so nice. It's so nice. Anyway, like the video. Merry Christmas. Bye.